BTC drops and so does the market. Let's check out and see what the charts are telling us. What is up, gang? Carlton Flowers here, your crypto pro.
Yay!
Back after a very busy week. I got so much to tell you guys about, so much to talk about, and I'll just have to make the time to catch up. But I'm living a pretty busy life. So let's just get straight into this video though, talking about this BTC dip that I don't see many people talking about. So I wanted to check out the chart and show you what else is going on in the crypto market and see if we can make some sense out of it and tell you what my prediction is going to be for Bitcoin in the short term. So first of all, looking at the Bitcoin chart right now, let's get rid of my handsome face real quick, focusing on the chart here. We're right now breaking below 52,000. Wow, how about that? Now, let's see here. Oh my goodness, we've got a stochastic that is just nasty. I cannot believe this stochastic is absolutely widened, opened. The percent K is the blue line, the percent D is the red line. When they are wide open like this means that we have a very aggressive momentum in the downward or upward direction. So these things are quite far apart, pointing straight down, and it looks like the fast line is already into the oversold zone. Okay, let's see if I can hit the right button to pull up the drawing mode here. There we go. That's not it. That's the control. I'm learning how to use the hotkeys, okay? So obviously I'm not doing this right. There's my drawing mode. So let's just take a closer look here. This is the area that I'm going to keep my eyes on because I want to see if we drop down in here into oversold, which it looks like we're going to because of the severity of this drop. I don't know what kicked this off, but that's just like almost a 180. And then we've got nothing but red volume bars right here ever since we jumped off the 50 EMA line. Okay, so let's just mark this up right here. Here is the 50 period EMA. Usually we bounce between these two things, but we have broken below the 200 EMA, and that's a red alert in my opinion. So let's just mark up here. That is our 200 period exponential moving average line. And I always pay attention when we drop below that. It tends to pull the entire market down. All right, so moving right along onto the MACD. Here is our fast line and slow line. The percent K line has crossed over right here, the percent D, and that's a sell signal. Okay, another thing I notice here is that we are now in the negative red bars on the histogram below the zero line. This is the zero line. So as this thing moves, what happens? These oscillators move, and then we have the histogram that moves along the zero line and oscillates. So sometimes it will be perfect where we go up, down, just like a perfect sine wave. But that's not always how it works, okay? What normally happens is we'll bounce around and it'll be nice and smooth, but then sometimes it can change directions. Like we're going up here and it started to go down because we changed from the dark green bar to the light green bar. That says reversal. But then notice we went back to dark green. It changed its mind, and then it started to go down again. And then as we're headed back to the zero line, when we're dipping here, we had a couple of green bars that indicate reversal. And then that went away, and we went light green, then dark, and then we dipped below. Okay, so on the red side, as we're aggressively moving away from the zero line, we get the red, dark red. As we're moving back to the zero line, we get the light red. So here we went dark, light, above the zero line, and now below again. So this is what I notice also, is that the volume seems to be on an overall downward trend. And when we quiet down like that, it's usually an indication of a drop about to happen. And so here we got to the end of this area where we made it up to the 50 EMA, and then we had a nice steep drop. So what are the possibilities of where it can go? I'll tell you. First of all, I think our first target could possibly be, and this is definitely not financial advice. Don't listen to me. I'm just talking. I'm just calling the plays like I'm John Madden calling an NFL football game. Okay, so what you got here, a guy crosses the line, it's a touchdown. That's what we got there. That's all I am. So here's what could possibly happen. We could dip down here to about the maybe 50,000 level at this volume node right there. But I don't know if we're going to hold that because this MACD looks weak, and then the stochastic is very severely dropping, and we're going down into the oversold zone. So the next possibility is the point of control, POC, right there at $47,000. We could get a bounce coming off of the point of control and head back up like that, back to maybe this volume node where it'll consolidate, maybe take another trip up. The third possibility is if we fall below the point of control, we could revisit this base price of $42,000 that we touched on before right here and bounce right back off. Now, worse come to worse, and I think this has the least likely probability. I can't talk this evening. Please forgive me. We could drop down here to 37,500. There is a volume node right here that we see that has a nice big peak at the 37,500. Those volume nodes tend to attract price. They tend to predict where we are going, and the price likes to jump from node to node because those are the most popular prices, meaning that the highest trading volume takes place where you see these big things sticking out here that we call nodes, volume nodes. All we're doing is replacing total volume at any given time to total volume per price level, and that makes, kids, the VPVR. Let's just write that up on the screen so everybody knows that. This whole messy thing over here with these bars is the VPVR. All right. So that's all I've got for right now. I want to know what your thoughts are on where you think Bitcoin is going in the short term. Are we going to dip down to 47,000, or do you think we'll dip down to that blue baseline? Or are you a complete bear and believe that we'll drop to 37,500? Or are we going to just snap right back up right now and go back to this 200 EMA and back up to the 50 EMA and resume the bull run? I'd love to hear your thoughts and explain why you believe in that viewpoint. This is Carlton Flowers. That's all I got for now. Like and subscribe if you have not already, and we'll see you next time. Peace out and have a good night.